Šamir.
1941. gada 9. tamūza pēc ebreju kalendāra vai 4. jūlijā pirms 84 gadiem sākās Latvijas ebreju katastrofa. No vairāk nekā 93,000 Latvijas ebreju tika nogalināti 70,000 mūsu tautieši Latvijas ebreji, sievietes, vīrieši, sirmgalvi. Vēl 25,000 ebreji tika ievesti Latvijā no Rietuma Eiropas valstīm un iznīcināti uz šīs zemes. Katru gadu mēs atzīmējam šo dienu. Katru gadu kopš 2010. gada notiek maršs Dzīvo Gājiens, kurš norit arī šobrīd. Un šodien tas ir kļuvis par tradīciju. Šīs marša ir mūsu atbilde uz ļaunumu, un šīs marša ir arī mūsu atbilde uz šodien visā pasaulē, Eiropā un diemžēl arī Latvijā uzplaukošo antisemītismu, kas no jauna 21. gadsimtā paceļ galvu, diemžēl.
And first of all, I want to say thank you. This is not something that we take for granted, that you chose to come here in the name of commemoration, of respect to the victims, of solidarity, to march through the streets of the city, to commemorate those who died, and to show everyone else that we do not forget, and we will do everything in our power to continue the memory. And this despite many challenges from all over, despite too many people that are working actively to distort history, to turn victims into perpetrators, to continue to incite for hatred, for violence against Israelis, for violence against Jews all over the world. We often say, and we definitely mean it, never again. Along with the promise to remembering, doing everything to commemorate, educate against hate, against racism, against anti-Semitism, I want to thank you for being partners for that. It's not something that we take for granted. And the need to fight against anti-Semitism and to teach its lesson is becoming, unfortunately, more needed and more relevant than ever.
Trīs lietas, kuras es gribētu atzīmēt šodien. Pirmā, tā ir Lielā Holokosta traģēdija, kura notika 20. gadsimtā. Un jāsaprot, kāpēc tas bija iespējams tajā laikā. Tāpēc, ka attiecīgie cilvēki, kuri bija noteiktos amatos, noteiktās pozīcijās, kuri varēja apturēt šo te darbību, viņi neizdarīja visu, kas bija viņu spēkos, un tāpēc viņu bezdarbība vai neaktīva pretošanās ļāva notikt šī katastrofai. Tagad tas ir mūsu spēkos apturēt šo te darbību un neļaut viņai izplēsties plašumā un neļauj te pāraukt par katastrofu. Jo, diemžēl, ļoti daudzi cilvēki tagad pedalē šo te jautājumu, jā, mēs jau dzirdējām from the river to the sea. Jā, cilvēki vienkārši bļaujot šo vairākos pasākumos, daudzi no viņiem patiešām nesaprot, ko tā lieta nozīmē, bet, kā jau Izraēlas vēstniece mums pateica, daudzi gan saprot, ko tas nozīmē. Un mums šo cilvēku darbība ir jāaptur, un tas ir mūsu spēkos. Un trešā ziņa, tā ir ziņa Latvijas ebreju komūnai, kas dzīvo šeit. Jūs šeit esat neatņemama daļa no mūsu valsts, jūs esat piederīgi šeit, un es gribu teikt tā, ka Latvijas gan valdība, gan arī Saeima darīs visu, lai jūs šeit justos droši, un jūs turpinātu attīstīties, turpinātu zelt un plaukt, un lai nekas šeit neapdraudētu jūsu darbību, un jūs mierīgi varētu turpināt dzīvot šeit vēl vairākus simtus gadus. Paldies!
Naomi was born in 1943 in Israel to Chaya Levinson from Kreuzberg, Coesfeld, and Moshe Strusberg from Jelgava. On October 7th, 2023, Naomi was murdered in her home at the age of 80. She left behind children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Even today, we are reminded there will always be those who seek to harm us. This painful truth has followed our people throughout the history. This is why we must remain strong and united. When I think of the pure and secure soul that we have lost then and now, I'm reminded of the words, one soul in Israel. My father, Yitzhak Galkin, is an example of this. He lost his younger siblings, Tzvi and Debbie, and their mother, Haya, in the first action in Wumbula. His father, Shlomo, was murdered after not being selected for deportation to Stutthof. Despite this unbearable loss, my father survived, made Aliyah, built a family, and from one soul, a whole world was born. Today, over 25 descendants. This, in my eyes, is the true meaning of the phrase that ends with the word saved an entire world. One soul was saved, and from that soul, an entire world was born. Yet, as we celebrate continuity and renewal, we must never forget the souls of many others who never got a chance to build their own worlds. Their entire worlds remain buried in the cold, blood-soaked soil. And now we are at a crossroad. Survivors and eyewitnesses are leaving us. The full weight of responsibility now rests upon our shoulders to carry the torch, preserve the legacy, and keep alive the stories that must never be forgotten. We must honor the sacred commandment, and you shall tell your son. I will conclude with the hope for a swift and safe return of all the kidnapped and all the soldiers. Thank you.
I represent a country where the Holocaust to a great extent took place, where millions of people, millions of Jews suffered in a way that we, contemporary people, cannot even imagine. And although on those times Poland did not exist on the map, torn between two totalitarian regimes, Nazi Germans from one side and communist Soviet Union from the other side, we feel the special responsibility to remember, responsibility to pay tribute, but also responsibility to educate younger generations. And in these turbulent times that we are living now, there are some tendencies, some approaches to relativize the evil. And we strongly disagree with this way of thinking. I mean, evil is always evil, and we need to remember about this.
As the March of the Living, to give a message of hope, to give also a message that we have to educate the young generation. Also in Latvia, and I'm praising the efforts of the Latvia Holocaust Museum and the Riga Ghetto Museum for their work with the Latvian high schools. We must encourage this. This year we have the first time a delegation coming from Latvia, and we hope for the next March of the Living we will have more participants from Latvia. That's our very important message, because we know, as the European Commission stated in a survey made in 2018, only 88% of the Latvians interrogated say that maybe the Holocaust is sufficiently taught at the schools. That means that the majority think that must be done in order to teach the lessons of the Holocaust. And that's the message of the March of the Living. Every year we have 10,000 marchers. Since the inception of the March of the Living, we have more than 360,000 people who march in Poland between Auschwitz and Birkenau. And for us, that's the main message against anti-Semitism, against Holocaust denial, against Holocaust distortion. And we would like to say also very clearly, we know that in many countries, and also unfortunately in Latvia, you have all kinds of efforts to rehabilitate the Nazis' collaborators, also from the Latvian Nazi collaborators. And we know exactly what happened with Herbert Surkus, that for the third time, the Latvian prosecution dropped out the criminal probe against him. It's unacceptable. When you are accomplice of a genocide, you must prosecute it as accomplice of genocide. That's to seek justice for all the victims of the Holocaust. We must teach the truth, we must teach the history in order to draw the lessons. When we say never means never, it means never means never. Thank you.
I always say that every sunrise, every most beautiful sunset, children's laughter, the flowers and the beauty around us, we all owe it to the people before us, to the people on whose shoulders we stand. And today more than ever, we have to stand shoulder to shoulder. We have to be strong. We should not hide, but we should talk to people. We should explain to them, because I think ignorance is the biggest evil in this world. Wer ist bei euer Wiegele gesessen Tag und Nacht? Wer ist bei euer kranke Bett kein Augen nicht zugemacht? Bei wem bist du alle teuer, alle schön und gut? Weltreich gegeben, ihr letzten Tropfen Blut. Heidische Mame, es gibt nicht besser auf der Welt. Heidische Mame, oi, wie bitter, wenn sie fällt. Wie schön und lichtig ist der Haus, wenn die Mame ist da. Wie finster traurig ist die Welt, wenn Gott nimmt ihr auf Eilam Habo. In Wasser und Feuer wollt sie geläufen vor ihr Kind, nicht halten ihr Teier, das ist gewiss die größte Kind. Oi, wie glücklich und reich ist der Mensch, was hat.
Šodien mēs esam šeit sapulcējušies, lai piedalītos tradicionālajā piemiņas Gājiena Dzīvo Gājiens. Šī tradīcija turpinās jau 15 gadus, un tas ieņem svarīgo vietu starp citiem pasākumiem, kas veltītu Holokausta piemiņai Latvijā un tā upuriem.
Manam vectēvam paveicās, ja varam tā pateikt. Viņš izdzīvoja ar Kaizervaldu, izdzīvoja ar Štutgofu, izdzīvoja ar Buchenvaldu. Viņš nekad par to nestāstīja, viņš tikai raudīja. Un dažreiz viņš kliedz miegā. Šodien, 8. tamūza pēc ebreju kalendāra, tā iznāca, ka man ir dzimšanas diena šodien. Un es esmu šeit ar jums tikai tāpēc, ka manam vectēvam paveicas. Viņam paveicas, bet 70,000 cilvēkiem nepaveicas. Un es lepojos, ka esmu ebrejiete. Par godu manam vectēvam, par godu katram ebrejam, kas bija nogalināts šeit. Paldies jums, ka esat šeit. Paldies jums par to, ka jums tas ir svarīgi.
Ir svarīgi atskatīties un mācīties no vēstures, un katrai paudzei šis izaicinājums nāk no jauna. Un šeit šodien mēs stāvam un dzīvojam laikā, kad mēs redzam pieaugošo antisemītismu, mēs redzam maldus, kas tiek izplatīti, ar ko tiek dezinformēta jaunā paudze. Un iespējams tik svarīgi kā vēl nekad ir atkal celties balsīm, atbalstam par patiesību, lai ebreju kopiena Latvijā un Eiropā zinātu, ka jūs neesat vieni. Un tamdēļ šodien es vēlos arī kristiešu kopienas Latvijas vārdā uzrunāt jūs klātsošiem, teikt, jūs neesat vieni, un es savā un mūsu vārdā vēlos apgalvot un solīt, ka mēs darīsim visu, kas ir mūsu spēkos, lai jūs zinātu, ka jums šeit Latvijā ir spēcīgs atbalsts, un ka jūsu vietā ir balsis, kas nekaunās iestāties par to, kas ir paties, arī tad, kad tas var maksāt un maksāt dārgi. Tamdēļ, savā un vēlreiz kopienas vārdā es gribu teikt, mēs stāvam ar jums. Paldies, Izrael, Hai.
We are thankful to God that he has been released, but our hearts and our prayers stay with those who are still imprisoned in Gaza. Because of this, I'm with an organization from Finland, Never Again, Never Alone, reminding the church, reminding the world that Jewish people need our support. They need to know that they are not alone, and that people who are Christians will stand with them. We are a group that's come from Finland, Germany, Estonia, and I've come from London. And we're here to remind Latvia that we stand with the Jewish community. We stand with and for the state of Israel, and our hearts and our prayers remain with them. It's been a privilege to stand here today, to share in this important day, a day to remember all that has happened, and to pray that it will never happen again. Not here in Latvia, not anywhere in Europe, not anywhere in the world. And our challenge remains to those who are not Jewish, will you stand with us? Will you walk with us? And will you put your hope in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as the one alone who has kept and saved our people in every generation, who is Sur Israel. He is the rock of Israel.
Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה. בעלמא דיור חירותי ימלך מלכותי מס קרא מקרא משיחי. בחייכונו ומכונו וחי לחוד בית ישראל בגל וזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן.
Shamir Israel Shamar Sheiris Israel Ve'al Yovad Israel Amerim Shama Israel Shamir goy kadosh Shamar sheiris goy kadosh Nor zu unser Pein, kein bissl Schein.